In January of 2016, President Barack Obama held a press conference to outline his executive action regarding his plans to implement universal background checks imposed on everyone purchasing a firearm, even private citizens selling firearms.
Each time this comes up, we are fed the excuse that common sense reforms like background checks might not have stopped the last massacre, or the one before that, or the one before that, so why bother trying? I reject that thinking.
But what are the real facts, Mr. President?
What are the Oregon killer, the WDBJ killer, the Charleston church killer, the Santa Barbara killer, the Maryland Mall killer, the LA airport killer, the DC Navy Yard killer, the Aurora movie theater killer, the Tucson killer, the Virginia Tech killer, and both Fort Hood killers have in common? Every single one of them passed a background check.
Absolutely none of the new laws being instituted by Obama would have stopped any of the mass shootings that have occurred during the last 5 years. Extensive studies have shown that background checks do not reduce shootings by criminals or the mentally ill. So what is the real reason for Obama's plan?
And instead of thinking about how to solve the problem, this has become one of our most polarized partisan debates. Despite the fact that there's a general consensus in America about what needs to be done.
The general consensus in this country is not what Obama claims. Survey after survey show that the majority of the people in this country do not believe that background checks will reduce gun violence. Obama just stated that he wishes to solve the problem that has polarized our nation. And he's tired of Congress blocking his attempts at gun control.
The reason Congress blocks laws is because they want to win elections. And if you make it hard for them to win an election, if they block those laws, they'll change course, I promise you.
No, Mr. President, the reason Congress has voted no on your gun control proposal on 3 prior occasions is because Congress is reflecting the will of the people who are rejecting your laws.
Because once Congress gets on board with common sense gun safety measures, we can reduce gun violence a whole lot more. But we also can't wait. Until we have a Congress that's in line with the majority of Americans, there are actions within my legal authority that we can take to help reduce gun violence and save more lives. Actions that protect our rights and our kids.
So Obama has decided that since he cannot change the will of the people, he will bypass Congress and write his own gun control laws through executive action. This action is constitutionally illegal.
And the constant excuses for inaction no longer do. No longer suffice. That's why we're here today. Not to debate the last mass shooting, but to do something to try to prevent the next one. I mean, think about it. We all believe in the First Amendment, the guarantee of free speech, but we accept that you can't yell fire in a theater. We understand there are some constraints on our freedom in order to protect innocent people.
This analogy, coming from a constitutional attorney, demonstrates Obama's total lack of understanding of the Second Amendment. Think about it. We have the constitutional right to say what we think. we also have the constitutional right to own and bear arms. If we yell fire in a crowded theater, we have already violated the law. If we shoot someone, we have already violated the law. The only way to completely eliminate a person yelling fire in a theater is to eliminate all theaters. The only way to completely eliminate a person shooting another person is to completely eliminate firearms. It would be easier to completely eliminate theaters, thereby eliminating any chance of anyone yelling fire in a crowded one, than to completely eliminate guns, therefore eliminating the possibility of one person shooting another person. But the question lingers. If background checks have no effect on shootings, what is the purpose of spending millions of dollars and thousands of man-hours implementing the president's program to compile a database of every person in this country that purchases a firearm?
Anybody in the business of selling firearms must get a license and conduct background checks or be subject to criminal prosecutions. It doesn't matter whether you're doing it over the internet or at a gun show. It's not where you do it, but what you do.
This will eliminate half of the booths at gun shows, since half of the people selling guns at these events are not licensed dealers. Obama's new law also restricts the number of firearms sold or gifted by private citizens to any other person to 2. After that, the person is required to be licensed even if they want to give a firearm to a friend. That would effectively eliminate the sale of firearms in the United States unless the buyer is added to the background database.
So the gun lobby may be holding Congress hostage right now, but they cannot hold America hostage. We do not have to accept this carnage as the price of freedom.
Notice that Obama states that he would relinquish our freedom in order to stop the carnage.
We do not have to accept this carnage as the price of freedom.
If there was ever a time when you and those you know need the Gun Owners Legal Defense Network, it's now. What will you do when the government looks you up in their database?